Hello guys, welcome back to a new Boom Beach video. Today I thought I would review some of our Discord member bases. Now a ton of people over the course of our Discord server have messaged me and asked me to review their base, and I'll look at them. If they send a picture, I'll look at them, I'll give them feedback, and it's the best way for you guys to get some pro feedback. Now I'm not like an extreme pro, but I've been playing Boom Beach for like 6 years now, so I know a lot about the game. Anyway, today I collected some Discord members' bases. We're going to be jumping into it and we're going to be showing them off, and I'm going to be providing my thought strategy for bases. So even if I don't review one of your bases, you can still apply the same techniques for your base. So let's jump into it. Okay, so first up we have Lone Island. Now a couple things right off the bat is this stuff in the back here. You never want to have 4 buildings, whatever they are, touching corners like this, because 1 artillery, 2 artillery, it'll cost you 9 or whatever gumbo energy, and you'll gain 12, and plus it'll take some HP off the core. So you never want to stack buildings like this, and you'll hear me probably a lot today tell you guys to move up your core to the front or have a solid corner base, and there's very good reasons for that. I like front-loaded bases because they're hard to get off the beach. I think it's a good combination. A lot of people won't typically flank your base. They'll just try going head first, and you might be able to get a little bit more intel. So right off the bat, I would say either have a corner base or move your core up and have more of a front-loaded base design, kind of like mine on my main account. I know is a level 40, so it's a little bit different, but that's just like right off the bat. So because right now it looks like it's kind of in the middle between the two. Also, I'm not a huge fan of having all these offensive buildings behind the core. You know, someone can easily flank your base and take all of those. Now because of your Doom Cannon, I don't think people will. I think they'll just go from the side here because it's a pretty weak side. It'd be also pretty easy to take down using warriors. Overall, it's a solid base. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. There's some stuff you have to change, but I like your statue loadout. I think it's a very good loadout. Alright, so next up we have Jonas. Now Jonas is one of our more active members on our Discord server, and I'm super glad he sent in a submission. Now Jonas is a level 58 at 1,000 medals, so I'm gonna try my best to give some tips. I'm at 950. My highest I've been is like 1250, so I've been higher than Jonas, but we're gonna jump into it. So I like your statue loadout. Not much more to say there. I like the resource reward. I too have resource reward because it's hard to upgrade some buildings. You can see that Jonas is pushing for offense, which is exactly what I want to see for bases. You know, I probably would move more mines in the pathway of warriors, or maybe like hide some shock mines somewhere, because warriors could take down this base pretty easily. This base I think is pretty strong against other troop combinations, but I see it being taken down really easily using warriors. Now a level 58 at 1,000 medals, you're probably never gonna win a battle, so I'm not sure how much more I can say on this, but I want to use his base as an example of a good front-loaded base design. You know, like I said, people typically won't flank his base. I probably would, though, if I was using tanks or something and I was having a hard time defeating him. I would flank his base. Now, I think the reason I say that is I look at his base immediately and my eyes get drawn to this area. It's just a lot of extra buildings sticking out, and I just really don't like that. So if you're gonna have buildings in the back like this, which is what I recommend, you want like a thin line of them, and you want them as close to your defenses as possible so people don't see those right off the bat. It's all about good first impressions. So I would take some of those gold storages and maybe like put one down here, put some over here, just kind of mix them into your base design. It's okay if you have a couple in the middle here. I would just try to stay away from having some defenses stick out. Also, I'm not a huge fan of these 3 together. I would take it out for a little bit extra gumbo energy. I would give Jonas probably like a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Good base. Okay, so I'm not a huge fan of this base design, and I'll give you a couple reasons why. There's a bunch of support / offensive buildings on the front line, which is pretty dangerous. You know, if you're going to have a line of them, I would say have a line at the back, just because people aren't really going to be going that way. I'm not a huge fan of the hot pot not able to hit the core. If you're going to have a hot pot, it's very good at countering warriors, so I would move it up. Maybe swap it with the sniper tower so it can hit the core, because then someone might need 3 shocks to defeat your base. If they're a lower level attacking you with warriors, they would have to shock the shock launchers and also the hot pot. So that would be the biggest couple changes I would make. I'm also not a huge fan of having the doom cannons and the shock launchers in the same area, in the same shock region. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but if you only had one doom cannon, I would make sure it's out of range of the shock launchers. The only reason I say it's not a big deal is because you have 2 sets of them, and chances are someone is going to have to be shocking both of them at the same time, and I'm not sure how far they'd be able to make it in your base if they're shocking both of them. So they would have to use a combination that wouldn't hurt against doom cannons. But again, like, there's so much energy on the front beach. Someone can easily come in with grenadiers and absolutely destroy his base. So I would just recommend not having defenses on the front line. Like, literally all of these move to the back. I don't like those on the front line. So overall, I would probably give this base like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. There's a couple major changes that I would like to see happen that are pretty drastic, but after that, I think it's a decent base design. I like the offense push. Okay, so next up we have the Black Death, and again with the offensive statues, I'm loving this. Typically we'll have a couple people come in with life or ice statues, and I'm liking the loadout so far. So I really like this base design right off the bat. You know, it's a solid, I think it's a solid base design. I don't really know about the back half here. The only reason I say that is people, you can get away with having a couple defenses in the back. You don't need to have, like, these 2 boom cannons are going to be kind of pointless. So, like, condense everything from the back down. I'll show you my base in a second. I'm not saying my base is perfect. I haven't modified my base in a very long time, but I don't like all this extra space back here and these wasted defenses. Because if I'm going to attack your base with tanks, I would literally go from the start here. There's only 2 boom cannons I'd have to worry about. I would BART down this shock launcher, and this other shock launcher isn't going to be able to do anything. So move those boom cannons up, and maybe put some more machine guns and flames around the core to counter warriors. Again, like, all those mines in the back are kind of pointless. So, you know, initially it looked good, but the more we dove into it, it has a little bit of work. 8 out of 10. So here's my base. So you'll see here that I have 4 defenses, and people probably have already commented, like, saying, Christian, you have 4 defenses there. Like, why are you telling us not to? I guess I'm just a bad example. So I wouldn't do it if I were you, but I mean, it's not the biggest deal in the world. A lot of people do grab those for extra energy, but a few extra energy I don't think is going to stop many people. As for that, you know, this base is taking a lot of wear and tear. This isn't the base. It looks very weird, and I don't know why. It looks very weird. I need to make some changes to my base myself. I probably should have done that before the video, but it's okay. I would try to stay away from having a 4 defenses touching, but yeah, it's probably not the end of the world if they are. It's more if you're willing to give up 12 extra energy to the opponent, and I am, because I don't really care that much. So this is the last player. They sent in a picture instead of a base link. I wasn't planning on reviewing it, but since we have a little extra time, here we go. So I like his defense or his offensive building placement. I would move that last iron mine down somewhere. It just looks pretty beefy in the back, and I would tend to go there if I was attacking this base design. Kind of with the same person from the first base design, it'd be pretty easy to take out using tanks by flanking to the sides. The sides are very weak, so I would condense his base forward, which will make everything kind of spread out more, so it'll be harder to flank your base, or it'd be harder for opponents to flank your base. But I like your statues over here, very nice job, And yeah, I think I would give this bass like a 6 out of 10 also. A couple things that need to be changed. I like his mines, maybe a 7 out of 10. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video of me reviewing your basses on our Discord server. If you guys don't know what Discord is, it's a place where we can connect with you guys. A link is down below. You have to be 13 over to enter. We have giveaways there. You can post your bass to get bass reviews. And yeah, it's just overall a great community we've kind of cultivated. So go join, and I will see you guys there and in the next Boom Beach video. Bye.